2 years there, going to the NCAA tournament, transferred to Florida, played his last 2 years there, and averaged well over 18 points a game his 2 seasons there, and obviously won a national championship under Todd Golden last year.
39% from 3, 39% off the catch and off the dribble, 60% at the rim, and he's got a clutch gene that can't be taught. 35 points in the NCAA tournament in clutch time. That led all players. He made some big-time plays down the stretch for that Florida team on their road to the national championship.
Yeah, I feel like he really rose in the past couple of months since the NCAA tournament. You mentioned the football prowess, Jay. We have some footage.
Well, just a great athlete, obviously, to be that proficient in 2 sports. He just wasn't heavily recruited. There he is as a free safety, and that's where he was heavily recruited by big-time college football programs. He just wasn't able to get where he wanted initially coming out of high school in basketball. And that's why he went to Iona. I think playing for Rick Pitino really benefited.
And that explains his mindset and what we witnessed in the tournament. And that's why he was crowned champion on the biggest stage, because when you look at a lot of great basketball players, they all pretty much played football at some point of their life.
Did you?
I did. Football just, I did. Tight end did, and we'll talk about that later. But playing football put a different type of killer mentality to you that you just, you can't overlook.
Yeah, he wasn't the only Gator to play football. Elijah Martin was a heck of a football player in high school as well.
I'm headed again to the Utah Jazz. I think if he is the selection, you think about a Jazz team that went 8-25 in clutch time this season, the worst record in the NBA. Someone with that kind of prowess down the stretch could really help.
He rises to the occasion in big moments. Football also makes sense because he plays with great pace, change of speed, but he's also very physical. He's not afraid to get into the bodies of defenders when he has the ball in his hands, but also when he's making cuts.
Pick us in. Let's send it
We
back
have
to
another
you.
trade to announce. As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Portland Trail Blazers are trading to the Memphis Grizzlies the draft rights to Cedric Coward, the 11th pick, and the Grizzlies are trading to the Trailblazers the draft rights to Jan Hansen, the 16th pick. And with the 18th pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Walter Clayton Jr. from the University of Florida.
Gets the call and we get to see it in real time.
Absolutely. Motion's building up. You can tell he's been waiting to get his name called. All of a sudden you get a golden opportunity to go to Washington. And that young man is going to perform. He's going to get those minutes. They just traded Jordan Poole. He's going to go in there. He's going to be who he is. And a guy that's going to produce at a high level. NBA ready right now.
This is the confusing part about the hats. Remember, Sean's reported this being rerouted here, heading to Utah. So the Final Four most outstanding player and his daughter, Leilani, he got buckets in the NCAA tournament. Everybody took notice, Andrea. And to say he averaged 22 points in the big dance doesn't do his performance justice. He put up 30 in the Elite Eight against Texas Tech, 34 in the national semifinal against Auburn. Incredible score.
Hey, Washington, Utah, it doesn't matter. He's ready to play on whatever team that he is going to, and he's efficient in every situation with the ball in his hands. Pick and roll ball handler, spot up, off screens, ISO. He's also very dangerous in transition. He hunts shots in transition, which also opens up opportunities for his teammates in early offense.
And Malika, to your point on the NCAA tournament, he had 3 30-point games in the tournament on the way to the national championship. He had 35 clutch points in one tournament. He set the single season record for scoring in the Florida program. And they've had some great pros, especially under Billy Donovan, now under Todd Golden. But with Walter Clayton Jr., you're talking about an elite shot maker. A guy that can score on all 3 levels. He's got speed. He's not big, but he's got speed. He's got strength. And he's got a lot of pop into that shot. Andrea, when you mentioned in transition, he can come down and he steps right into a 3-point shot, or he can use his shiftiness to get around and get to the basket, where he's a pretty creative finisher around the bucket. I think he needs to become, he improved as a defender, but I think he still needs to become a better defender because he is undersized, so he's got to be a little bit more disruptive. but there's a lot to like with his offensive game.
And look at his baby girl, Leilani, his girlfriend Tatiana.
That's Daddy. Look at him.
Yeah, you know, look, Dad's up there. That's right. That is absolutely right. Dad's up there.
And you know who else is proud? The Utah Jazz, the fans of the Utah Jazz, and they should be. Think about it. Ace Bailey, right? And now Walter Clayton Jr. Two exciting players, right, that is going to Utah. Austin Age, first time lead, as far as him being the lead in charge, he actually making a little splash, a little noise in this draft right now.
Walter Clayton Jr. is now with our Monica McNutt.
Walter, national champion and a member of the 2025 NBA Draft class. What experience did you gain at the University of Florida in terms of winning that's going to help you step into your NBA career with confidence?
Man, I feel like I, gained a lot. Just being around those guys, my teammates, I don't think people understand, just the chemistry we had on and off the court, the time that was spent together.
As you begin this journey, what's going to be key and what will motivate you?
My daughter, for sure. She's been motivating me for a year and a half now that she's been here, so definitely my daughter.
She's beautiful, Walter. Congratulations.
Thank you.
His daughter is his motivation. You can see that maybe she's not taking in every moment of what's happening right now, but someday she's going to be able to look back to see this footage, see these high fives, and say, yeah, I was there the moment that I got to see my dad be drafted into the NBA. This is incredible for this family. And what a year, Jay. A national champion and to be drafted, to have your daughter there to see it all in this past year. He says she's 1.5. That is a really accomplished last couple of months here for Walter Clayton Jr.
Yeah, it's storybook, and I think, Malika, you've done such a great job of chronicling the emotion of this evening. I mean, the draft is about realizing a dream of getting to the NBA level. Tomorrow starts, delivering on that dream.
Absolutely.
But tonight's really a celebration of what it took to get here. And Walter Clayton has had a tremendous journey. I mean, it's an incredible journey to go from really being overlooked in high school as a basketball player. Wasn't overlooked as a football player, but as a basketball player. Happened to go to Iona. And then through the transfer portal, this is one of the beauties of the transfer portal. You're overlooked in high school, you prove yourself, and then you get to the level that you originally wanted, and you kill it there. And that's what Walter Clayton Jr. did for us.
Well put.
And there's guys that's not taking it for granted. And they had a stat like 5 years ago, real numbers. And it was one out of like every 485,000 athletes make it in any professional sports. So like you're one-on-one. So when you see these emotions, it's like, do you know how many guys out there since the game has went global, right, that are trying to come into the league or make it to the league? I just love these emotions. I know the feeling. I know the hard work you had to put in, having to listen to the doubters, the haters, and all of a sudden you here on this stage getting drafted.
And I know we keep showing it over and over again, but it's because it is a story that I think so many people can hold a piece of. You have a dream, a childhood dream, but not that many people can see that dream realized in just one moment, in one day, like at the NBA draft. The next pick is in. Let's send it back to the commissioner.